Hello students, in this video we are going to study the remaining part of the exercise of the chapter 4. The chapter name is Heat, class 7, subject science. So before starting those exercise, let me recall what we had learned in this chapter and how many exercise we had seen. So, in the chapter, we had seen that the degree of hotness or coldness of any object is called its temperature. We had seen whether an object is hot or cold, we can say it by its temperature. Then we had seen how we can increase or decrease the temperature of any substance. So, the temperature of a substance can be increased by giving heat to that substance, and temperature of a substance can be decreased on absorbing heat from that substance. Then we had seen about the instrument which is used to measure the temperature of any object or any person. So the instrument which is used to measure the temperature of an object is called the thermometer. And then after we had seen different types of thermometer. So the thermometer that measures our body temperature is called clinical thermometer or doctor's thermometer. So now what is the range for this thermometer, clinical or doctor's thermometer? So clinical thermometer can measure temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And in Fahrenheit scale, it's from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Then we had seen what is the normal temperature of the human body. So it is 37 degrees Celsius, and in Fahrenheit scale, it's a 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Then we had seen the next type of the thermometer, another type of thermometer, that is laboratory thermometer. So the thermometer which is used in laboratory is known as the laboratory thermometer. And the range for this kind of thermometer is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. There is also one another type of thermometer, that is maximum minimum thermometer. So the thermometer which is used to measure the maximum and minimum temperature of the day is known as the maximum minimum thermometer. And in clinical thermometer, one special construction is there. So in clinical thermometer, there is a king or constriction near a bulb of mercury. This kind of structure is there in the clinical thermometer, and this king prevents the mercury level from falling down on its own self. So this is about the thermometer. Then after we had seen different modes or different ways for the transfer of heat. So first in that we had seen how this heat transfer take place and between which two objects heat transfer take place. So the heat flows from a body which is at the higher temperature to a body which is at the lower temperature. And that is why hot tea becomes cold due to the flowing of heat in the atmosphere from the tea. From the tea, the heat flows to the atmosphere. That is why after some time you will find hot tea becomes cold. The another example is also there for this heat transfer, that on heating one end of an aluminium rod with the flame of a candle, heat flows from its nearer end to the far off end. And the process of transfer of heat from the hot end of a solid object towards the cold end is known as the conduction. So this process is known as the conduction. And the solid substance like metals become hot due to the process of conduction. In the solid substance, this way of the transfer of heat take place, that is conduction. Then after we had seen good conductors and poor conductors. So the substance through which conduction of heat take place easily are called good conductors of heat. In that example of this kind of substance is metals like copper, silver, aluminium, iron, etc. are the good conductors of heat. And in the poor conductors of heat, or you can say also insulators, the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are known as the poor conductors of heat or insulators of heat. And these examples of such kind of substance are wood, plastic, ebonite, leather, wool, glass, rubber, etc. are the poor conductors of heat. Then we have seen the another mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. So on heating the vessel containing water, water gets heated in the vessel. And in this mode of heat transfer in water is known as the convection. And in liquid and gaseous substance get heated by the mode of transfer of heat called this convection. But there is one exceptional case, that is with mercury. So mercury is a liquid even though it gets heated by mode of transfer of heat called conduction. Then we had seen one natural phenomena in which this mode of transfer of heat, that is convection, is used. So in coastal region, sea breeze during the daytime and land breeze during the night time occurs due to the convection process. And then after we had seen the last mode of transfer of heat, that is radiation. So from the sun, heat comes to us by the process known as the radiation. And the transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. So these are the different ways and different modes for transfer of heat. Then after we had seen about the dark color object and light color object. So the dark color objects absorb radiation better than the light color objects. And this is the reason why we feel more comfortable in light color clothes in the summer season. Then we have seen why we are wearing woolen clothes in the winter season. So woolen clothes keep us warm during the winter, and it is because wool is the poor conductor of heat and it has a air trap between the fibers. That's why we are wearing woolen clothes in the winter season. And normally heat is more absorbed by black color objects compared to the white objects. So this is the things we had seen in the chapter. Then after we had solved the textbook exercise, and I hope you had already written that exercise in the notebook. In this extra exercise, some additional exercise, we had seen choose the correct option, fill in the blanks, answer in one word, true false, answer in one sentence, definitions, and select the odd one out. Then after we had seen scientific reasons and difference between the following. In that we had seen first three difference. So these all exercises were given in your homework. We had also seen the answer in short, but that was not given in your homework. So now in this video we will continue with our difference between the following, remaining difference between the following. So next fourth number is difference between conduction and convection. So the first difference between conduction and convection. First, in conduction, the flow of heat energy between the adjacent parts of a body due to the difference of temperature between them is called conduction. What is conduction? So the transfer of flow of heat energy between two adjacent, that means nearby parts of the body due to the difference of a temperature between these two parts is known as the conduction. When there is the difference of temperature between the two parts of the body, nearby two parts of the body, then the heat transfer take place between these two parts, and this heat transfer is known as the conduction. And in convection, it is the mode of heat propagation or heat spreading of heat, in which heat moves from one place to another place by the actual motion of material particles. In this, the heat transfer takes place by the motion or movement of the particles of the material. So this mode of heat transfer is known as the convection. Next difference is solid substance get in the conduction. So solid substance get heated by this mode of transfer of heat. In the solid substance, the transfer of heat takes place by the process of conduction, whereas liquid and gaseous substance get heated by this mode of transfer of heat. In liquid and gaseous substance, heat transfer takes place by the mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. So this is the difference between conduction and convection. So first difference between these two is what is conduction and convection. So conduction is the heat transfer between two adjacent or two nearby parts of the body which has the temperature difference between them. So that mode of transfer of heat is known as the conduction. Whereas the convection is the transfer of heat by the motion or movement of the particles of the material. So that mode of transfer of heat is known as the convection. And the next difference between these two is its example. So solid substance, in that substance the heat transfer takes place by the mode of transfer of heat, that is conduction. And in liquid and gaseous substance, the convection, the mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. By this mode the heat transfer take place. Now next difference is between conduction and radiation. So now first difference is what is conduction and what is radiation, or how the heat is transferring by this mode. So in conduction, the flow of heat energy that we had already seen between two adjacent parts or two nearby parts of a body due to the difference of temperature between them is called the conduction. And in radiation, all these substances emit electromagnetic waves of certain definite frequency depending on their temperature. All these substances has some temperature, and because of that temperature they are emitting or they are releasing electromagnetic waves. This is the kind of waves which is made up of, which is combination of electric waves and magnetic waves. So they are releasing these electromagnetic waves, and they have this certain or fixed frequency which is depends on their temperature. So due to this electromagnetic waves, the heat get transferred, and that mode of transfer of heat is known as the radiation. So this is the first difference between these two, conduction and radiation. Next difference is in the conduction, this mode of transfer of heat, medium is necessary. For the conduction, medium is required or it is necessary. And in the radiation, in this mode of transfer of heat, transmission of heat takes place up to very long distance even in the absence of the material medium. If the medium is not present over there, then also this kind of transfer of heat or transmission of this heat, that means transfer of heat from one place to another place, take place for a long distance even if there is the medium is not present over there. We had already seen the example, that is we are getting heat from the sun. So sun is very far away from us, however we are getting the heat from the sun on the earth, and there is also medium is not available between the earth and sun, that in this space, however we are getting the heat. So this is the radiation mode of transfer of heat, that is radiation, in which the medium is not required, and however the heat transfer take place to a very long distance. The next difference is in the conduction, this mode of transfer of heat is slower than the radiation, and in the radiation this mode of transfer of heat is fastest. Between these three, that is conduction, convection and radiation, the radiation is the fastest mode for the transfer of heat, and conduction is the slower mode of transfer of heat than the radiation. So this is the difference between the radiation and conduction. First we had seen conduction and radiation, in that how the heat transfer take place. So in the conduction, the heat energy or heat transfer between the two nearby parts of the body which has the temperature difference between them. So that mode of transfer of heat is known as the conduction. And in the radiation, we had seen the heat is transferred through the electromagnetic waves, and all the objects or substance are releasing or emitting the electromagnetic waves, and it depends, the frequency of these waves depends on the temperature of that substance or that object. Then we had seen about the medium. So for the conduction, the medium is necessary, and for the radiation, medium is not required. However, we can transfer the heat to a very long distance. And third, in the third difference, we had seen its speed, or conduction is slower than the radiation, and in that we had seen radiation is the fastest mode of the transfer of heat. So next difference is difference between land bridge and sea bridge. So in that first difference, in the land bridge, so the land bridge generally flows from land towards a water body, and generally that water body is a ocean or a sea. So this is the land bridge. It flows from land to sea or land to any water body. And in sea bridge, the bridge generally flows from the sea towards the land. Sea bridge flows from sea to land, and land bridge flows from land to sea. Now, next difference between these two, second number, in land bridge, it occurs during the night. It occurs during the night time, and whereas sea bridge occurs during the daytime. So this is the difference between land bridge and sea bridge. The land bridge flows from land to sea, and sea bridge flows from sea to land. Land bridge occurs during the night time, and sea bridge occurs during the daytime. So here our difference get over. Next is question 10. Next exercise, question number 10. So next exercise, question number 10 is classification. Classify the following into good conductors of heat and bad conductors of heat, that means insulators. So name of the substance is given to you, that is paper, leather, plastic, iron, copper, gold, aluminium, asbestos. It is a kind of fibrous silicate material, and it is used, it has the property to resist the fire or to resist the heat. It is the poor conductor of heat, so it is used in the fireproof clothes. So that is the asbestos. Next is wool. Then after stainless steel, the next is hardboard, that means board which has the material hard. Next is coke. So it is the material which is obtained from the outer layer or outer bark of the tree, which is known as the cork oak. So from this tree out we are getting this material cork, and it is the permissible, that means it has the property to float on the water, and also it is the insulator of the heat. So in that we are using this cork as the fireproof or fire resistance material. Next is ebonite, brass, air, silver and water. So now let me classify this material. First is paper. So paper is the bad conductor of heat. Next, leather, it is also poor conductor of heat. Plastic, it is also poor conductor of heat. Next is iron. So iron is the good conductor of heat. Copper, so it is also good conductor of heat. These all are the metals. Next is gold. So gold is also good conductor of heat. Then next after is aluminium. So it is also good conductor of heat. Then after asbestos, as we had seen what is its property. So it is the poor conductor of heat, or it resists the fire. So it is bad conductors of heat. Next is wool. So it is also poor conductor of heat. Then after stainless steel. So it is the good conductor of heat. Hardboard, it is the poor conductor of heat. cork, we had seen its properties, so it is the bad conductor of heat. Then after ebonite, that we had already seen, so it is the bad conductor of heat. Then after brass, so it is the good conductor of heat. Air, it's a poor conductor of heat. Silver, it is the good conductor of heat. And water at the last is the bad conductor of heat. So now let me check the answer. So here the answers are given to you. The good conductors: iron, copper, gold, aluminium, stainless steel, brass and silver. These all are the good conductors of heat. Next, in the bad conductors of heat: paper, leather, plastic, asbestos, wool, hardboard, coke, ebonite, air and water. So these are the examples of the bad conductors or poor conductors of heat. We can say insulators of heat. So this is the classification for good conductors of heat and bad conductors of heat. Now next question number 11 is match the following. Here matching is given to you. In the column A, thermometer, dark color object, water and air, Kelvin and heat is given to you. In the column B, in the first A option, bad conductor of heat. In the B option, a form of energy. In the C option, SI unit of temperature. D is the instrument used to measure temperature. And in C, good absorber of heat is given to you. So now let's start this matching. First is thermometer. So thermometer, as we had seen, the instrument used to measure the temperature. So first your answer will come option D, that is thermometer is the instrument which is used to measure the temperature. Next, second number is dark color object. So dark color object are the good absorber of heat. They can easily absorb, or they are absorbing most of the amount of the heat. So with second number, your option E will come. So dark color objects are the good absorber of the heat. Next is water and air. So water and air are the bad conductors of heat. These both are the examples of the bad conductors of heat. So water and air are the bad conductors of heat. Next, fourth number is Kelvin. So Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. So with fourth number, your option C will come. Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. As we had seen, it is SI unit of temperature, and it keep in the remembrance of the scientist whose name was Kelvin. And in this chapter, we had seen the two different other units of the temperature, that is degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. But the SI unit for the temperature is Kelvin. In the higher classes, we will see the conversion of these units from one unit to another of the temperature. Next, fifth number is heat. So heat is a form of energy. So with fifth number, your option B will come. Heat is one form of energy. So here the answers are also given to you. With first, option D is there. So thermometer is the good absorber of heat. Thermometer is the instrument used to measure the temperature. With second number, option E will come, that is dark color object are good absorber of heat. The next is third number, water and air. So these are the bad conductors of heat. So with third number, A option will come. Fourth number is Kelvin. So Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature, that is C option. Then the last one is fifth number, heat. So heat is a form of energy. It is one kind of energy. So with that, option B will come. So in this video, we had seen the remaining difference, that is from fourth number, fourth, fifth and sixth number, that is difference between conduction and convection, conduction and radiation, land bridge and sea bridge. Then after we had seen the classification, that is classification between good conductors and bad conductors, and then after we had seen matching. So you have to write this difference, remaining difference, classification, and question 11, that is matching, in your notebook. This is your homework. In the next video we will see detailed question answers for this chapter. So before ending this video, let me recall till now what we had seen in this chapter. So we had seen that our sense of touch is not always a reliable guide to the degree of hotness or coldness of any object. Then after we had seen temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness of any object. And thermometer is a device which is used for measuring temperature. Then after we had seen different kinds of thermometer. So clinical thermometer is used to measure our body temperature, and the range for this kind of thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And for other purposes we are using the laboratory thermometers, and the range for these thermometers is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And the normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Then after we had seen the heat flows from the body which is at the higher temperature to a body which is at the lower temperature. And there are different three ways in which heat can flow from one object to another object. And these three ways are conduction, convection, and radiation. And in solid objects, generally, the heat is transferred by the conduction. And in liquid and gases, the heat is transferred by the convection, and no medium is required for the transfer of heat by the radiation. Then we had seen the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily. So those kind of materials are known as the conductors of heat. And the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are called insulators. And dark color objects absorb more heat than the light color objects, and that is the reason we feel more comfortable in light color clothes in the summer season. Then we had seen about the woolen clothes. So woolen clothes keep us warm during the winter season. It is so because wool is a poor conductor of heat, and it has air trapped in between the fibers of the wool. So this is the things we had seen in the chapter. Then after we had seen the textbook exercise solution for this chapter. Then in additional exercise we had seen MCQs, fill in the blanks, answer in one word, true false, answer in one sentence, scientific reasons, difference, classification, and matching. This all exercise you have to write in the notebook. We had already also seen the answer in short. So that exercise you do not have to write in your notebook. The rest of the exercise, all the exercise you have to write in the notebook. And in the next video we will see detailed question answer of this chapter. Thank you.